I want to talk to you guys about what I think, in my opinion, is the most important thing that I can even think of, at least right now. I mean, when I'm thinking about things, about what's important, if you don't do this or if you are not paying attention to this, it will literally ruin everything you have going. And I'm not even talking about just your physique. I'm talking about your finances. I'm talking about your career. I'm talking about your relationships. I'm talking about everything. Everything in your life will literally fall apart if you don't pay attention to what I'm about to say. What I want to talk about is breaking and keeping promises that you make with yourself that oftentimes we don't even realize we're signing up for, because they all happen up here before we ever, it's not like we walk around, it's not like you walk around and you're in your kitchen and you're like, oh, hey, babe, tomorrow I'm going to get up at 4:30. Or, oh, hey, babe, tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym. Or now you might say some of these things, but the more subtle ones would be like, hey, babe, tomorrow when we get up, I'm going to make the bed first. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to take the trash out. Any small thing, and normally it's where you're trying to improve something, right? And all of those things are things that I have that voice in my head. I can't answer what you guys have going on in your head as far as the promises you make, but I'm going to give you lots of examples so hopefully you can recognize them, because if you are breaking these promises, you're literally breaking down your confidence and, like, I almost want to say like your manlyhood, but that's not it. You're breaking down your belief in yourself. And it can happen so subtly, you don't even know it, and I'm going to walk you through it. Essentially, this is the entire reason my life didn't break down, but honestly, the last 2 years weren't great. After I tore my quad with bodybuilding, in the powerlifting meet, this is where everything went downhill. And now that I'm sitting here and thinking about it, it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe a year and a half ago. But now that I have time to sit and think about what actually happened, this is how I literally led down the road to not knowing who I was anymore, not knowing what I wanted to do for a career, not feeling fulfilled, not really, my relationship with my ex, who's now my ex, wasn't that great. Not that if you guys know anything, that didn't matter, but it really wasn't great. And it was because mainly, I take a lot of blame for it, even though if you guys have watched my other videos, you know that she was actually married to somebody else. But I don't want to dwell on that. It's funny to me. But the thing is, I still reflect inward on that, and I still take responsibility for certain things. But the point is, the man I was 3 years ago wasn't the man I was being after I tore my quad. And it's just because of this. This is what eventually broke it down. And so that's what I'm going to walk you guys through is essentially it was I tore my quad, I feel sorry for myself. I start real estate, blah, blah, blah. But then it was things started to slowly slip away. And it was also because I had been in the military and I had just been so regimented. I was so on point with everything. Once I started to lose some of the qualities, but I didn't know they existed. But once I started to lose some of these qualities, my life got worse, but I didn't know why. So seriously, this information could save you guys a lot of heartache, hard times, confusion, for real. For example, the way it works is a lot like the way the devil works in breaking down your marriage, right? It's not like the devil just comes in and it's not like one day you wake up and your wife is like, hey, I cheated on you, boom, and she's gone. Yes, that may be the conversation, but what really happened was you weren't around enough, and then this guy, liked her story on Instagram, and then saw her in the gym, and it was a harmless conversation, and then she opened the door, you know what I mean? And then they start talking, and then all of a sudden he's liking her pictures, and you're like, hey, who's this guy? And then he's commenting, and she's like, oh, just a friend from the gym. And then the next thing you know, you're out of town, and then they're DMing back and forth or texting back and forth, and then it progresses from there. It doesn't just hit you all at once. And I'm only using that example because I think all of us can probably relate. I think probably most of us have at least been, cheated on in a relationship. And it's not to highlight that. The reason is because it's so relatable, because it doesn't happen right away. It slowly happens. Another example would be the soil withering away on like a beachfront, right? Like you might have this beautiful house with a beautiful beachfront location, and then you notice 5 years go by, 10 years go by. Next thing you know, you're like, yo, where's the backyard, right? It didn't happen yesterday. You could have prevented it. And that's what I want, like, to like shake you guys and like wake you up, because I didn't know that this was a thing. And I literally found out the hard way, and I think this happens to a lot of people because I see people's lives start up here where they're real successful and they're having a great time, and then and I don't think it has anything to do with age. I think it has to do with comfortability and getting rid of things that we didn't understand we needed in our lives. One of those things, to be honest with you, is hard times. And I don't mean like, I just mean like doing hard stuff, getting up early, helping out with chores, staying up with the kids late when you don't want to, and then still getting up early, making sacrifices for yourself and for your family, but being the man of the house and being able to continue to go forward no matter what. Because at the end of the day, if you're a man and you're watching this, everybody in your life, whether you realize it or not, is depending on you. So you better get your shit together. So to really talk about this, it's kind of a hard concept to talk about, but essentially it's like this. I started making promises with myself, like I'm going to get up at 4:30, and then I didn't. I'm going to get up at 4:30, and then I didn't. This went on for weeks. So then in January, I was like, okay, I'm going to get up at 6:30 this week, and then next week I'm going to get up at 6, and then the next week I'm going to get up at 5:30. Like I'm going to kind of tear it down. Didn't work. First week, I didn't get up at 6. Second week, I didn't get up at 6. Third week, I didn't get up at 6. And it just kept snowballing. And I kind of thought, well, at the time I had a job at a supplement store. And I was like, well, like I don't really start till 9. There's really no reason for me to be up at 4:30. That's the devil. That's the little cracks starting to show, right? But I didn't know it. And I thought, well, I mean, it is kind of dumb to, why am I going to get up and hang out like at 5 a.m. by myself on the couch? I should have been finding something productive to do. I should have been praising the Lord or reading a book or doing things that I could have gotten done in the front end of my day, so that at night I could have spent time with my girlfriend when I was off, not messing around and just wasting my time in bed. Not saying that sleep's not important, but the thing that I didn't realize is every morning I didn't get up when I said I would. I like, it was like a little chip on my shoulder. I was just like chipping away at my own self, at my own confidence, at my own belief in myself. Because it's like this, if I tell myself 180 times in a row I'm going to get up at 6 and I can't do it, then what can I commit to? And that's to myself. That's not to you. That's not to my girlfriend. That's not to my parents. That's to me. If you can't hold a promise to you, who can you hold a promise to? But see, I think a lot of us, me included at the time, we're not seeing that as a big deal. We're seeing it as like, well, everybody else mainly gets up like 30 minutes before work, puts some stuff together. Maybe they grab a protein bar, or maybe they grab a bagel and they head out for work. That's normal. Yeah, that is normal. If you want a normal, shitty life, keep doing that. But if you want to level up your life, I'm not saying get up early. I'm saying keep your promises. That's what I'm saying. Because that's the thing. It was that was number one, right? And then I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna vape until 5 p.m. I would just set like a random thing. I'm not gonna vape until afternoon or evening, right? And guess what? I would vape all day. So that's number 2. I broke the second promise. And you're talking about it's like 9 a.m., right? So I've lied to myself twice already. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to get started on my coaching business. I'm going to look up an LLC. I'm going to figure out how to make it. I'm going to figure out this, figure out that. And then guess what? I did no research. That's promise number 3 broken. No research at all. I didn't do anything because, well, we don't need to start today. We just start tomorrow. And then it was like, oh, well, I don't really need to train hard in the gym because I tore my quad. It's recovery time. Well, that lasted a really long time. So that's promise number 4. Now, if you notice, these are 4 promises that I broke with myself every single day. So I went from like this most confident, disciplined version of myself, the guy that during prep for a bodybuilding show, I was getting up at 2:30 a.m. I was doing an hour of cardio before I ate breakfast. Then I would eat breakfast. I would read my devotional. I would read a book. I'd read the Bible. I'd go to the gym by 5:30. I'd train clients at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30. At 9:30, I would train from 9:30 till about noon. Then I would eat. get ready, and then I would I would have another client at 1, and then I would come home and I would deal with all my online client check-ins, and I was on point with prep, and I would be in bed by 8:30 like it was nobody's business. I got up and attacked the day every single day. And I'm the same person that you see here. That was the same Michael. And guess what? The Michael that was a loser for a year, that was him too. It's very sad. And that's why I'm saying, if you're looking at me through this lens of like, oh, he's disciplined. Listen, don't let anybody fool you. This can be earned and it can be taken. And I've just illustrated that with my own self. If someone that you may see with a lot of discipline, if you see me on Instagram, you see my stories, I get up every day at 4:30. I upload a YouTube video every day. I have not missed. Since I've started trying to produce content for you guys and actually level up my business, because a lot of people see this as like, oh, he's creating content. No, I'm not. I'm helping my clients. That's what I'm doing. I'm helping my clients, and I'm helping everybody on the other side of this camera for free. Why? Because I actually care to provide value, so I care about this stuff. But the thing is, this guy here that you see killing it again is the same guy that I was a year ago when I wasn't killing it, is the same guy that a year ago I was killing it. And now I can finally tell you guys that this is the reason why I was able to switch back and forth. I didn't know it though, because for that year I knew something felt off, everything felt off, but I didn't know why. I literally didn't have direction. I wasn't happy with my relationship. I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't have very good self-confidence, right? And rightfully so, because I'm looking at myself in the mirror at night, brushing my teeth going, yeah, I'm gonna get up at 6 tomorrow, bro. And then, no, you're not. And then you break all the same promises. And I'm not saying that like you guys have to think about that. You don't have to. But there are things you tell yourself you'll do, right? In your head. I know there is. You're thinking of them right now. And every day you don't do them, it is literally eroding your personality, your confidence, your drive, everything. And if you're young, you maybe can recover. But if you get older and keep doing that, you'll cement that personality, that new personality into your life. Imagine if I didn't change. Imagine if I didn't change. Imagine if I didn't sit down, reflect, and figure it out. I would be the same guy. I know what I'd be doing right now because, thank the Lord, but it's pretty easy, thank God, seriously, for me to get clients. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I'm saying I'm blessed. I'm not special. I'm blessed. But that would be very easy for me to sleep in till 7 a.m., smoke some weed because I work for myself and I'm in Oklahoma. It's legal. Smoke some weed, chill, hang out, watch cops, cook breakfast, head over to the gym, grab a quick lift, come home from the gym, smoke again, hit the pool for an hour or two, catch a tan, and just chill. And just, kind of half-ass my clients, stuff, and half-ass in person, just show up high and just be a loser. And I could have probably done that forever, right? Now, would that grow an actual good business? No, I'm never going to hit my goals. And just to be clear, because I will say it till I'm blue in the face, my goal is, at the end of the day, like, my first goal is 10K a month. But, like, where I'm thinking is $1 million a month. I want to own apartment complexes, hotels. Like, I don't want to be just like, if we have one life and we can do whatever we want because the world is an image of, it's literally a reflection of what we see. I'm almost convinced it's a simulation, like, to be honest. Not like a weird one, but in one where, like, God put us in this arena and it's like, hey, prove to me that you're listening, that you love others, that you're good, you're a good person, that you have a good heart, and you can learn. And then you will rise up to heaven. I don't know. It's been freeing for me because it's like, okay, we're just playing a game. To win the game, I just got to be a good person. I know I got off on a little tangent there, but the point is, like, if you're making promises to yourself, which I know you are, you've got to keep them, because every one you don't make, like you don't keep, will erode away at you, and it is terrible. And that's how you just start to slowly slip. It's not like you go from some killer, some dedicated guy, some awesome husband, some awesome father, some awesome just man figure, right? And then you just go to an absolute piece of shit. That doesn't happen. It happens like this. You break small promises with yourself enough, and you will become the worst version of yourself. And I don't know about you guys, but we only get one shot here on earth, and I don't want to live it like that at all. So I really, like, from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that this translates through camera, which is very hard to do because, you know, you got to put out a lot more emotion to get it through. But like, seriously, I hope this message is hitting hard with the people it needs to, because even though I don't know who's watching this, I know a few of you guys, but even though I don't know exactly who's watching, exactly who's subscribed, I genuinely care, because here's the thing. We're all humans, and if what I'm saying on this dumb little phone can help somebody, like, honestly, thank God. That's all I ever wanted to do. If this lesson saves some person from being the worst version of themselves, then my mission is complete. For real. Like, for real. And I, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that helped you guys. And if you have any questions about it, if you'd like me to elaborate more about it, just let me know in the comments. I would love to. I love making these videos. I love what I do, guys. I love what I do. Blessed, never stressed. You know what I mean? So if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I upload every single day without fail. I do a mixture of like talks like this. I do some stuff on the whiteboard, some educational. I do some slideshow stuff on the computer. I also do gym vlogs where I'll do like a mic'd up, and those are a lot of fun because I can show you how I train, why I do what I do, why I pick the exercises I do, those types of things. And if you're not following me on Instagram already, go ahead and follow me there. It's in the description below, because again, I post stories every single day. I post reels every single day. I'm just trying to put as much stuff out there for you guys that's absolutely for free and actually helps you guys. So if there's any recommendations you have, drop them below. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for day 31.